When will this insanity stop?
Everything is awesome. Everything is fantastic when you're part of a team. Everything is wonderful when you're part of the dream. Let's look at some of the articles on Infowars.com. I'm like the leader of that. Generating revenue.
Blitzkrieg at its best.
Generating revenue, violating rights, stuff like that. I've written books on it. Civil War.
Civil War. Civil War.
Civil War. Generating revenue. I'm like the leader of that. Violating rights. But I want to reform things or shoot cops when they're pumping gas in the back of the head.
Message for you.
Okay, great.
It's okay to be angry because, sure, we have anger and we're upset and we don't know why.
What is that?
It's Operation
Chaos.
What the fuck is that?
And now, this business of space.
No, I'm all about that space travel. I'm all about that space travel.
Stuff like that.
I like that. Turn it up.
Oh, God, it's moving right towards you.
I'm all about that space travel. I'm all about that space.
Humans, for the most part, don't have a clue.
I don't know what you mean.
Greetings, friends. It is I, Waddles the pig.
Waddles, what happened to you? Have you been possessed by the spirit of a nerd?
I understand my transformation may be vexing, but I have prepared a presentation. This is called gravity.
Pick that up and put it down properly.
Let's look at another big problem with the globe. If you are living here, the sun will be right above you at 12 p.m. We rotate once every day and we make one rotation around the sun every year, so 6 months later at 12 p.m. there would be no sun visible in the sky.
And if you want to think the world is flat, go right ahead. I get an amen. Woo.
Yeah.
Whoa! What the hecahedron? How did you do that?
I can teach you, Dipper. I can teach you many things. From the secrets of astrophysics to the... Hey!
What is that? What the fuck is that?
We also have someone who's not sponsoring us tonight. It's Tang. Got some right there.
I'm not drinking Tang.
No drinking Tang?
No, I'm not
What?
doing Tang.
Okay.
No.
Tang. It tastes like
Uranus. Yeah.
Solid.
It was chaos.
Suddenly there was a burst of light and there was noise. Of course, it was chaos.
Most offensive.
tinfoil, for God's sake.
Mr. Spock, the system is coming on again.
Now, basically, the only new principle involved is that instead of power being generated by the relative motion of conductors and fluxes, it is produced by the modal interaction of magneto-reluctance and capacitive directance. The original machine had a base plate of prefamulated amulite surmounted by a malleable logarithmic casing in such a way that the two spurving bearings were in a direct line with a panametric fam. The latter consisted simply of 6 hydrocoptic Marsal vanes so fitted to the ambifacient lunar wane shaft that side fumbling was effectively prevented.
Holy Jesus.
Okay, well, you ask a mouthful, so let's try to break it down one by one.
Now, you're the one that's always talking about logic. What about some logic now?
Hey, let's back up a bit. Look at the video.
We lost the picture.
Okay, well, let's take the next listener phone call. Hello, this is Science Fantastic. You're on the air. Any comments or questions?
Yeah.
I'm one of those people, actually I might be one of those kooks that doesn't think we went to the moon.
Ha! The moon program was a fake from start to finish, nothing to do with a real moonwalk.
I think the moon landings are fake. I think the Gemini spacewalks are fake. I think the International Space Station is fake.
It's made out of tinfoil, for God's sake.
And I think the alleged spacewalks at the Hubble Space Telescope are fake, which I'd like to hear your thoughts on that.
You clearly see that it's made out of tinfoil. Look at the video.
Well, there were a lot of different schemes.
We're not the only ones who can do this. The Russians have done it, of course. We've done it. The Chinese have done it. Pretty soon the Japanese and the Indians are going to be doing it.
Cut it out. We open our minds to the universe.
But hey, first of all, the flag that flutters on the moon is not really a flag at all. It's made out of tinfoil, for God's sake. Look at the video. In one video, you actually see the astronauts putting the flag on the moon, and you clearly see that it's made out of tinfoil. It's solid. It's not a flag at all made out of cloth. So, of course, it doesn't flutter. It's actually bent out of shape precisely to give the illusion that it's fluttering. But, of course, wind does not blow on the moon.
These NASA engineers produced the lunar flag assembly, which looks like this. And it's essentially a set of interlocking vertical poles with an attached nylon flag.
And they had trouble extending the full apparatus, designed to keep the flag upright and outstretched in a place where there is never any wind.
The wave is a product of what?
Of it being bunched up and not being pulled out tight.
That's what happened. It got bunched.
Exactly.
The nylon flags were manufactured by Annan flag makers in New Jersey and cost a whopping $5.50 at the time.
First of all, the flag that flutters on the moon is not really a flag at all. It's made out of tinfoil, for God's sake.
Very obviously, he has gone insane.
Obviously.
Yes, sir. Very much so, sir. Obviously insane.
It's made out of tinfoil, for God's sake.
Made from nylon, just like the ones at a dime store, though ordered off the shelf from a government supply catalog.
First of all, the flag that flutters on the moon is not really a flag at all. In one video, you actually see the astronauts putting the flag on the moon, and you clearly see that it's made out of tinfoil.
But the minor malfunction made for an even better effect, the sense that Old Glory was waving in the breeze.
It's solid. It's not a flag at all made out of cloth. So, of course, it doesn't flutter. It's actually bent out of shape precisely to give the illusion that it's fluttering.
You gotta be shitting me.
bent out of shape precisely to give the illusion that it's fluttering.
Will you cut that out?
The illusion that it's fluttering.
But of course, wind does not blow on the moon.
Blow it out your ass!
The powerful blast was heard 1,000 miles away.
And there it is.
Blow it out your ass.
Wind does not blow on the moon. Also, if you think about it, if you have a starry night with the moon, of course there are two sets of shadows you can see because the moon also casts a shadow. Well, Earthshine is much brighter than moonshine. And as a consequence, of course, you're going to get multiple shadows on the moon because you have sunshine and you have Earthshine, which is, as I mentioned, much greater than moonshine.
Well, that's impossible. Yes, sir. Very much so, sir.
Ain't that a lot easier than saying all that gibberish?
But of course,
blow it out your ass.
The only way you're going to test these theories would be to go back to the moon and look at the flag.
Yes!
Tinfoil.
Operation Chaos. Operation Chaos.
Conspiracy theories and
tinfoil, for God's sake.
Most offensive.
Ah, screw you. That was funny.
But I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown. I amuse you.
Cut that bitch off!
Terminate with extreme prejudice.
What the fuck you doing? It's a joke.
You're free, and freedom is beautiful. And, you know...